This week we come to the end of the book of Numbers. The Torah portion, Matot Maseh, a double portion. In Matot, in chapter 32, the Reubenites and the Gadites come to Moses, and they suggest staying on the other side of the Jordan while letting the rest of the Israelites go and claim the Promised Land. They saw great land. They wanted to stay there for their cattle and their children, and they said, we'll give you our share of the Promised Land. It seems like a generous offer. Moses, of course, enters into a discussion with him, making sure that they realize that they have obligations to their fellow Israelites. They need to go across the river and help the Israelites claim the Promised Land. Only then can they return to their own land, and he will grant them this land on the other side of the Jordan. The concern here is that the Reubenites and the Gadites do, as Moses says, what is right in the sight of God and what is right in the sight of their fellow human beings. Well, what is right in the sight of God is difficult enough. We spend hours studying Torah and trying to figure out what it means in our lives today. And we always come up with some very meaningful advice about how to find the right path in life. But finding favor and doing what is right in the eyes of our fellow human beings is much more complicated, because sometimes our fellow human beings have very harsh judgments about what we do. And indeed, it's important. There's a principle in Judaism called ma'arit ayin. How does it appear? Not only should we do the right thing, but we should behave in such a way that it appears that we're doing the right thing as well. This has led, by the way, to not mixing milk and chicken. I know that people who keep kosher not only observe the laws of not having beef with milk because of the milk of the mother, but also chicken, even though chickens don't give forth milk. And the reason is it might appear to someone that you're mixing milk with veal, for example, that looks like chicken. This is a difficult thing to do, but I would suggest that we should always try to do the right thing in the eyes of our fellow human beings. But I think the other point of Judaism is in Pirkei Avot, where it says you should always judge your fellow human being with the benefit of the doubt. Always give the other the benefit of the doubt. And I think that we spend too much time making harsh judgments about other people's behaviors without knowing what they're really doing or why they're doing it. This week's Torah portion is sage advice. It helps us not only get right with God, but helps us get right with our fellow human beings, and most importantly, with ourselves and what we know to be the right thing. Shabbat Shalom.